Greetings, YouTubians, and welcome back to Wayne's Sharp World, where today is June 21st, 2020, and today is Father's Day. So before we get started, I just want to send a quick Happy Father's Day shout out to all the dads out there. Hope you all have a great day, and this can be hard for some people if your dad's not around or if he's not with us anymore. I sure hope you have some very happy memories to look back about him on. Moving forward, today we're going to be taking a look at the Civivi Exarch. This little guy is a front flipper, and it is very quickly becoming one of my all-time favorites from the Civivi lineup. I'm a front flipper fan in general, but this one just has some extra things that I like about it even more that we will touch on here in a bit. First off, we will get going with some overall specs. We have an overall length of 7.33 inches, blade length of 3.22 inches, blade width of 0.62, blade thickness 0.12, along with 15 thousandths behind the edge. So this guy is going to be a great little slicer. Blade material, this is the Damascus version, excuse me. So this is kind of the Civivi's higher end version of this model. The other model is available in D2 and G10. As you can see, this kind of has some carbon fiber overlay on top of G10 with the really awesome Damascus blade. We're going to touch a lot more on that here in a second too. The blade style is a drop point with a hollow grind, handle length of 4.11 inches, handle width of 0.72 inches, which makes this guy a little beefier than you would expect. It is a liner lock with a very good, nice, solid lockup. Overall weight of 2.61 ounces makes it a great little EDC. Right or left hand tip up carry with your nice Civivi deep carry pocket clip. As I said before, this is a front flipper, and for everything you're paying a whopping $80.75, so that's not a bad deal at all. For just a very classy overall design, what I think are great looks, nice blade, nice materials. In the standard version for this guy in D2 comes in at $49.30. So if Damascus isn't your thing, save yourself a lot of money and go with the D2 version for $49.30. Do a couple quick size comparisons here. This is not a small knife, but it's not a big knife. We'll go with a couple that everyone know. The Benchmade Bug Out and the Benchmade 940. As you can see, the 940 is a little longer overall with a longer blade. Very comparable to the Bug Out in length. Almost the exact same cutting edge and handle length. A little bit of thickness and difference between the two of them, but pretty good comparison for you right there. And then one other comparison, we will have the Civivi Elementum, which I think everybody knows and loves, and the other little rockstar front flipper from Civivi, which is the Civivi McKenna, also dressed up in the Damascus look. So that right there should give you a pretty good idea of the size of this guy. It is, it's a really nice size for me personally. My perfect length for a blade, for an EDC blade, is probably 3.25 inches to 3.5 inches, and that, anything in between there is fine for me. This is coming in right at, I believe, 3.22 inches, so it's pretty much there. Very nice overall size. The blade, like I said before, perfect length. It's a real work-friendly blade shape. This is just a very classic, timeless drop point design. There's not going to be a whole lot of people that would be super intimidated or look down on something like this. It's not quite like whipping out a Microtech SOCOM Elite, which is also a knife I love, but maybe not the best work carry. But just a very overall great standard blade shape, and great for a lot of everyday tasks. The handles and ergos on this guy are probably the most surprising to me. When I took this knife out of the box, I guess I just wasn't expecting it to feel the way it did. The scales are slightly thicker. If you compare it to someone like the McKenna, you can tell but just by looking at it, the McKenna is considerably thinner, which I really like. This by no means feels cheap or anything bad whatsoever, but it just feels thinner. And compared to this has got thicker liners, definitely thicker G10 with the carbon fiber overlay, and it just feels very, very sturdy. Has a real great feeling in hand. Carries just as fine. It's not anything you're going to notice in the pocket. Got the same great Civivi deep carry clip. But no, just a very surprising beefy feel to it. Not super beefy, but compared to your typical Civivis, definitely a little thicker. Let's see here. The action on this guy, the action is very solid, especially for front flippers. In this design of front flipper tab, I should say, there's a million different ways you can design a front flipper. Some have just a rounded top with jimping along the top, and you kind of just move along the top like that, which is great. That works fine. This typical design here, sometimes that can be an issue. There's another knife, I won't name it, but it's slightly longer, and it has a front opener like this, and sometimes it can be tricky. You got to get it just right to get it to flip open, but not this one. The D10's dialed down perfect. Typical Civivi, no surprise there. But it's just very, very easy to handle. Pretty drop shutty. Got to shake it a little, not too bad. You can do the reach around with it. So, got the tripod there. You can do the reach around, and it works just fine. You can do it over and over again, and it works just great. So the action, no surprise, is just great. I also, again, I'm going to go back to the size of this guy again, because one of the things that I haven't always really loved about front flippers, and I really do enjoy a good front flipper. They're fun, they're different. You know, they're a nice point of discussion sometimes if you're hanging out with friends or someone, they need a knife and you pull it out and it's like you just snap your fingers and the blade opens. So that's always been kind of cool. But it seems like front flippers are all either less than 3 inches or they go all the way up to 3.5 inches. Personally, I enjoy a nice 3.5-inch blade. Like I said before, that's a great size for me, but you just don't see a lot. And then most of the front flippers are smaller, sub 3 inches, and those are fine. There's nothing really wrong with those. I just prefer a little more blade than that. So this is a really, really happy medium for me. I really, really like the overall length and just a very nice design. The blade to handle ratio is really perfect. I mean, you put this guy, you fold him up, and you get the tip coming all the way down. Just very pleasing. I like the way they hid basically the entire blade in the scale. So it's just a very, very, very aesthetically pleasing knife to look at. Overall thoughts on this guy. I didn't think I'd say this when I ordered it, but it's definitely one of my favorite Civivis. I'd probably put it in the top 3 for a lot of reasons, for just the overall general use of it. You can take it pretty much anywhere for any reason, and it's going to look good. It's going to fit in. It's not going to stand out, raise any eyebrows or anything, and it's just a really, really good feel. The ergos aren't anything, no gift from God by any means, because it's just a kind of a rectangular chassis, you should say, frame, scales, whatever, but they're not bad. They're not bad. Be nice if there was a little jimping here just to kind of rest your finger on. There's a little there, but you don't really notice it. I can't say I don't think it makes that big of a difference personally, but by no means doesn't hurt anything. But no, it feels good. It feels really good for any typical EDC tasks, and again, just another solid home run from Civivi. Stay tuned. Later this year, I'm going to be coming out with my all-time favorite Civivis, my top 10. I'm waiting to do that because there's still a Civivi in the works that is not released yet that I think is I'm almost positive it's going to be in my top 10. So I figure there's no point in making it until that guy's released, and when it is, I will have that up for you guys. So please subscribe to me so you don't miss it. If you like this video, give it a like, and let me know what you guys think. What's your favorite Civivi? Is there any Civivi drops coming out this year that you're looking forward to? And just your overall thoughts on this knife if you've had it in hand yourself. So let me know, and have a great day, guys. Take care. Bye.